Hey guys, what's up? It's time for another review on the T-Fall Studios channel. Today we're going to be reviewing 75135 Obi Wan's Jedi Interceptor. It has 215 pieces. So it has two minifigures. One of them is brand new and one of them is returning. The returning minifigure is Obi Wan, early episode 3. He's got a blue lightsaber with metallic blade, and he's got some very nice printing, front and back of the torso, and the robes run down to the legs. Even though the printing is a little, I don't want to say faded, but it's a little miscolored there because it's printed on the darker tan. It's a very nice minifigure though, nice. Obi Wan's hair. He's got face printing with the golden headset. It's a pretty determined face. And he has an alternate face, which is when the buzz droids hop onto his interceptor. It also has the golden headset, so toss him over there. The newest minifigure is R4P17. It is basically just a red R2, except he's got some very nice printing on the head. It's the gunmetal gray instead of the blue. I don't really own a mini R2D2 minifigure, so I wouldn't know. Blue, it's replaced by the gunmetal gray. It's also replaced by red down here. Except I've seen this on quite a few other people's R4 figures, that the printing is very off. You can see it there pretty clearly, that a lot of these R4P17 figures are very misprinted. You can even see it from the front, that it comes down right below the blue light, like the sky blue light. Anyway, those are the minifigures. Let's get on to the ship. So the main seller for this ship is that it has the 4 winglets that can come out like so. There's nothing to stop them, so you just have to use your eye to see how even they are. That's alright, I guess, but anyway, that's the main thing. It's very iconic. I remember from episode 3 when I was a kid, I was watching it, and I remember Anakin did this one thing where he did it perfectly, and he did a barrel roll, and it just made a perfect circle with the winglets, and I just loved it. It was great. I loved that movie so much. Too bad it was a bit of a disappointment for what it should have lived up to. It's got this printed front disc piece that they've been using for 10 plus years on basically everything. It's a nice piece. It's very nice. You can see here it's got some thrust pieces in the trans light blue, and here it's got the spring-loaded shooters, which are pretty well hidden, unless, like, even when you look at it from the top, you can barely see them. And I do actually like these. I remember I was growing up with the flick fire missiles, and I hated them. I remember I just breaking my fingers over them. But I do like these spring-loaded shooters. They're very nice. They're super fast, accurate. You just press down on them and they fly. I mean, they've been out for 2 years, so here, let me see if I can get a better angle on that. There we go. So I'll just toss those over there. So you can see here it's got these 2 front laser cannons, which is main fire, I guess. And here I'm guessing these are secondary cannons for smaller blaster shots. I do like these secondary ones a lot. They use the black lightsaber hilt pieces. That won't focus, but I mean, you've all seen the lightsaber hilts. And I do like these main cannons quite a bit. My only problem with them is that if you look closely, you can see at the red axle pins, you can just see barely through the gap there. And for someone's first set, that won't be that big of a problem, but I've been collecting Lego for a lot of years, and once you really hold this and play around with it, really look at the fine details, like on the stick and how these open up, and you get down to the cannons, you can see that you can see that red axle pin. You can see it just uses this black cone piece that has the axle holder down there in the middle. If you can see that, it can hold axles. And if only they made a slightly shorter axle I've never seen this problem on any other set, so there's no reason to make a new piece over it. But if only they made a shorter axle piece, that'd be better. So you can hold both of the minifigures in here. You can take R4 and put him in there on the jumper plate. You can see there by that single cylinder piece in the middle. You just slide him in there. And in the cockpit, you can put Obi Wan. It just opens up. It's on an axle piece inside of a friction pin holder, so it just slides around. I wish it had a friction pin instead. Like if you were to make a little scene or something where he's just getting out of the interceptor and, you know, it'd be like mid-open, you can't do that. It either swings backward or forward, which is not a problem to me since I don't make scenes or mocks or anything yet, so it's not that big of a problem, but I can see why someone would complain about that. So anyways, this set is very nice. I love it. I love the Jedi Interceptor. It's very close to my heart. But these stickers for a $25 set, there are way too many of them. There are 2 on each winglet, so that's 4 on the side, 5, 6 there on that, and then 7 for that gray piece. So that's 14 stickers overall, because there's 7 on each side, which is a bit of a problem. I don't hate stickers, but you can see there where, you know, with these big panel stickers, you have to apply 8 of them on the whole set. So there's a point where you'll mess up on one of them. So I don't know if you can see there, that sticker's peeling off just a little bit. So you can see that I didn't apply it perfectly, and there's no way I can take it off and apply it back without ripping off all of the adhesive on the whole sticker. So I'll just leave it where it is. I'll just put this on my shelf and display it. Now, with Obi Wan inside of this cockpit, where I placed him before my camera cut out, you can just place him in there. R4, just go straight in here. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, because the camera cut out, that there's no place to hold his lightsaber. Now, I saw on Jang Bricks, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I saw on his where he just, well, that didn't work. He just placed the blade of the lightsaber in the back here, in that hole. It's not really a hole, it's blocked by a Technic axle. If you can just barely see in there. I don't know if you can, but there's just a Technic axle in there that just goes from the back here, which you can actually see it. It's that Technic axle right in there. It goes all the way to the front, right up in there. This would ever focus. Alright, so you just tossed it in here, which I tried, and it works, unless you're playing around with it, and you're going like this. You flip it upside down, you just do it, and you keep just playing around with it. You'll open it back up, and most times the lightsaber would be like down here in where it would just fall out. So you can start playing around with it. I guess I placed it in pretty well this time, but it does happen sometimes. So it can be quite annoying. Now what I do is I just see, since I don't really play with my sets, I'll just hold them and really look at them, get a feel for them. I'll just put the lightsaber off to the side, and then when I'm done, I'll just stick it somewhere in the set where, I won't, this isn't really a display set, this is more like a play set, for flying around and then shooting things with the spring-loaded shooters. But what I do is I just stick the lightsaber in the top of R4, and just put him on my desk or something with all my other sets that I have. So I don't really have a solution for display. I guess if you're going to keep it still, this tactic where you disassemble it and put it back here is a pretty good idea for display. But for me, I just do whatever with it and go on my way and then toss it over. So overall, I absolutely love this set. It's great. I love the Interceptors from Revenge of the Sith. I just love looking at them. I love the look of them. Just looking at them and, imagining, remembering that Battle over Coruscant scene from RTS is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. So anyway, this has been my review for the 7513 Obi Wan's Jedi Interceptor.